somebody literally looked at me. I was like, oh, you're from Africa, right? And I'm like, oh no, I'm Jamaican. And they were like, Africa, Jamaica, same thing. Hi guys, welcome back to the Jamaican side of YouTube. My name is Raj. I haven't said that intro in so long because I have not sat down in a video in such a long time. Today I'm going to be answering work and travel related questions and just talking about work and travel related stuff. I've been on the program and I'm going back on the program this year, so I guess you could say the good outweighs the bad. Whatever negatives that you have heard about it, trust me, it's still worth pursuing. The most common question that I was probably asked is, what agency did I use? I went with an agency called Steep International, STEEP International, and they're based here in Kingston. I'm sure people outside of Kingston use Steep, but the office is in Kingston. Just like every other company, they're gonna require a bunch of documents: ID for your parent or guardian, school status letter, school ID, copy of TRN, transcript, progress report, two different things. Make sure your passport is up to date. They're gonna need copies of your passport. Obviously you can't leave the country if you don't have a passport. You're gonna need to take passport sized pictures for the visa that you will be issued from the embassy, and for the company to have a copy of to send to your employers. Documents that have to be signed by justice of the peace or somebody who is in authority to sign those documents. You're gonna need a lot of documents to start out, but once you get that out of the way, then you don't even remember them. They just need all of your information to like send off to like employers and sponsors. My sponsor in particular was Intrax, and if you don't know why you would need a sponsor, essentially a sponsor is the entity that takes care of you while you're in the States. If you get sick, then your insurance money from that sponsor is what pays some of your fees, pays for some of your medication, which came in handy when I was over there. I actually got an ear infection and the sponsor came in clutch. Trust me, those medical bills in the States are no joke. I'm sure they do other things too, but the most useful that I found was the insurance money that you're actually paying for in your program fee. Last year, the program fee at my company was $1,650 US, but this year it has increased to $1,870 US. Now, when a lot of people hear the program fee, they're like, never mind, I thought I wanted to go and work and travel, but I don't think I'm going on work and travel anymore, and they get scared of the high initial program fee. I'm here to tell you, fear not. When you pay that initial program fee and then you go overseas and you work, you're making double, triple, depending on how many hours you work. You're going to make that back plus more, probably more than you imagined, because I made more than I thought I could make, right? So do not let the initial cost scare you away from doing work and travel. You're going to get it back and more. Certain jobs as well, you're actually getting more than your regular hourly pay, because there's a tipping culture in the United States, and people they're accustomed to tipping you. Waitresses or maybe even housekeepers, you're gonna get tips from the people that you're catering for, and that money goes straight to you. So someone asked if there's any additional costs to the program fee. Yes, you pay the program fee, but then you also need to buy your plane ticket, which is not in the program fee, obviously. Also, the recommended amount that you take along with you when you're going to America is $1,000 US. Obviously, not everybody's gonna be able to accumulate that amount of money to carry with them, but the company suggests that you take $1,000 spending money with you when you're going to America to cover your rent, food and stuff like that before you start getting paid at work. You will have to be working for at least 2 weeks before you get any sort of paycheck. They say $1,000, not, don't let that scare you off. I hear people go foreign with $200 as a girl. Not to mention, in a lot of the contracts that you're signing with these work and travel companies, there is a portion of the money that you cannot get back. So it's like a commitment fee. right? So for my company, the commitment fee this year is $470 US. Once you pay that, you cannot get it back. So if you decide, say, me nobody want to go and work and travel, best believe you're not get back 470 US, because they want to make sure you're not playing any games. So don't go into the work and travel process iffy, right? Go into the work and travel process with a mind that you're going to work and travel, because once you change your mind, you have lost hundreds of US dollars. Speaking of work and travel agencies, do not go on the internet and say you're signing up with your own work and travel agency independently. You can get scammed. Please stick to the agencies that your school recommends. People get scammed out of their money. Do not be fooled. It is very unlikely that you're gonna go to like New York or like Florida or those like touristy, let me not say, you might go to a touristy place, you know, but it's unlikely that you're gonna be sent to one of those places that Jamaicans love to go to. Okay, so if you are Jamaican and you love the little New York life and the hype life, I'm telling you right now, throw that out of your mind, right? Because majority of these work and travel jobs are in the country area, right? Bush, yes, there is bush in America, and you might get lucky. The jobs are in states like Wisconsin, Tennessee, meta country. So this is how it goes. You have to pay the agency your commitment fee, your application fee, so that they know that you're serious. After you pay the commitment fee, you know, they send you a job list, right? A whole list of jobs that are available. The American companies send over their submissions, and then the work and travel agencies communicate with those companies in America and then send you and put together a list and send you that accumulated list for you to select a job. I select based on job description, like what they're gonna need me to do. Some people select based on state because them no want go, maybe them no want go Wisconsin and them say me not work there, so they'll pick a job based on a state that is like nicer to be in. Nothing wrong with Wisconsin, if anybody. I pick based on job description, and wherever that job is, I go there. I really don't care. I'm trying to get paid. So yeah, the most common jobs on work and travel is housekeeping, meaning you work in a hotel where you have to clean the rooms, clean the bathrooms, spread up the beds. Ride attendant, where they'll place you at an amusement park in some state in America. My auntie used to get placed at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. Waitress, hostess jobs, everybody knows what a waitress is. That job is where the tipping is. Very coveted job. That's where people tip you. Or you can get a job at a small business like an ice cream shop or a donut shop or a yogurt shop. The list is there and you choose what you want to do. Somebody asked, why only university students? Why do you have to be in university to be on the program? Because the program specifically is designed for university students. That's what it was made for. So it's not that they're trying to exclude people who have graduated or stuff like that. The J1 work and travel program was designed to give university students work experience and help them pay their tuition and stuff like that. So that's why I don't think it's like a discriminatory thing. People always asking about selecting housing. No, depending on the job that you choose, when you select a job, there's a document that accompanies the job selection that will tell you if the job provides housing. A lot of jobs do provide housing, but then there are the few jobs that don't, where you have to get housing on your own. Then they provide you with leads or suggestions, but they do not provide you the actual housing. So I had to get in contact with somebody who was also going where I was going to like help find a house for me to stay in. A lot of these tourist areas, they are used to getting J1s every year, so homeowners will like set up a room in their house to host J1s at a cost, or they'll buy a house just for J1s and then charge you rent and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to get in contact with somebody to get a house. But as I said, some jobs provide the housing with the job. So I know a lot of like amusement parks, they have like dorms at the back of the amusement park where they house J1s. But you need to understand this, Jamaicans, You need to understand that you're not going there on vacation. You're not going there for go see no nice, cushy space. You're going there to rough it for the summer. Yeah. Visa interview. Okay, so after you get to this is like one of the last steps to going to America, is going to the embassy and getting your visa. You join the line outside, right? And let me just point out, nobody go to the embassy in no earring and no chain and no bling bling. You're gonna have to take all of that off, because I had to take off my belt as well for them to like do the search and whatever, because they have to make sure you're not carrying any weapons, make sure you're not videotaping, make sure if you can leave your phone at home or with a family member, do that, because you cannot carry a cell phone in there. Anyway, you join the line outside, they check you and you go inside, you join the next line again. It's a just know say you're gonna lose half or 3/4 of your day. You can't go there and say you go there for 5 minutes, like, and then you go in and you join the next, it's like 3 sets of lines. That's why I say you're gonna be there for a while. You join the next line and you wait your turn for them to call you. They take biometrics. They took my 3 fingerprints. Make sure you have your documents. When I was there in line for my interview, there was a girl who forgot one of her documents, and they had to send her home to start the whole process over again on the next day. Just don't forget anything, okay? So they ask you a bunch of questions. Do you have any kids in America? Do you have any family in America? How many times have you traveled? Where did you go? How long did you stay? Just tell them the truth. Don't. They already have the answers on their database. Having more than one job. This is almost essential, I would say. I mean, if you have it like that, you can just work the one job. But for those of us who don't, it is almost essential to have 2 jobs in order to make a good profit. Some people had 3 jobs. I couldn't do it. My immune system was breaking down from exhaustion already, so I could only manage 2 jobs. Kudos to the people who did 3. Seriously. You do have to make sure that the schedules line up though. Your second job cannot be interfering with your first job, because the first job is what you really came here to do, right? That is what you paid the program fee for. In some cases, that is the job that is housing you and catering for you, so you can't be like having your second job messing up your first job schedule. For instance, my first job, I would work from 9 a.m. to about 5, and then my second job started 5 or 5:30 to 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. The second job was like next door, so I would just bring the other uniform in my knapsack, change very quickly. Yeah, there were people that were so overworked that they had to leave the program early because they physically could not do it anymore. They just couldn't. You have to have a strong mind. Remind yourself why you're there. I am here to work. You want to have your fun there because you're meeting all these new people. It's exciting. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, you're excited and you want to hang out with your friends, but the way you're exhausted. One time I was so tired, I could feel it in my bones. My friend hit me up. She was like, oh, let's go shopping. I'm like, let's do what, girl? I still went, but I couldn't really enjoy myself because I was so exhausted. You just have to, it takes a lot of resilience, and you have to rely on each other for that resilience. So when you meet other J1s who are with you on the program, you guys have to like build each other up, like yo, work is almost over, let's do this, we can do this, power through this, because all of us are in the same boat. We're all trying to pay our school fee. Someone asked, how do you go shopping with 2 jobs? You have 2 options. Do it exhausted, or shop after your program has ended. I'm not sure if this person meant like groceries and toiletries or the stuff that you need every day. For that, you would just do it on like your days off, or if you have a half day off, or your boss said you don't have to come into that day anymore, you would get your groceries then. If you mean like shopping, like shopping, like clothes and shoes and handbag, and you wait until after your program has ended, like your job has ended, because your visa is valid for the 4 months that you work, and then you are allotted a 1-month grace period in which to leave the country. I don't know if that law change since I was on the program last year. So if somebody, don't come for me, so if the law change, and I just haven't heard it yet, but last year what I was told is that you have a 1 month grace period to leave the country, and that is this period that people usually take to shop. I wouldn't advise staying for the entire month though. Try to get out of the country as fast as possible, just to avoid any legal questioning about where you were and what you were doing. The friends that you meet, oh my goodness, you are interacting with people from all over the world. The cultural exchange that happens on work and travel is life-changing. Some of them are from the Caribbean, some of them are from Latin America, but the ones that live in Asia, I'm not telling a lie, I'm probably not gonna see them again for the rest of my life. But it was an amazing experience to meet them, and I would have never interacted with those kinds of people if I had never gone on this program. I'd probably never meet a Thai person if I never went on this program. While you're working, you're hearing multiple languages spoken around you because of how many countries people are coming from. You're not gonna eat the way you eat here in Jamaica. Just know that. I'm talking quick bites here and there, shoving food in your mouth as you're doing whatever it is that you need to do. They are not joking with you. Take care of your health, take those vitamins, please. I took long showers in the night so that I would still be clean by morning, and I would just go to work in the morning and then come back in the night, take a long shower, clean off everything, then continue that. It's a go situation. You're on the go for the 4 months. I heard people with 18-hour shifts. You're working all day, so the fun starts at night, and I'm not talking like 9 o'clock. I mean the fun starts at midnight, right? So you get to like have a lot of fun with your friends at night. I got to teach people a lot about the Jamaican culture. I taught them patois. A lot of them really love some of the patois words, and sometimes I was like, it's really not that great, and they're like, no, but it is that great, because to them your culture is exotic. So you might think, oh, this is just regular boring. To them it's exciting to hear you say wagwan or something like that. That's like, they like jump out of their seat. You're going to be walking and riding a bicycle, especially because for most J1s you live so close to where you work, so you just ride a bicycle. It can be 5 to 10 minutes to get to work. It's rare to see like cars for J1s. And it saves you a lot of money on taxi. My god, taxis will be taken out of your pay, so you're not gonna be getting everything for all the hours that you worked. Taxes are gonna come out of it. But in January of the next year, after you leave work and travel, you will be able to file for your tax returns to get that tax money back. So don't worry, you're not gonna lose all that money. You're gonna get a document that you're gonna have to file your tax returns, and your employer is supposed to provide that. And that's work and travel. I'm sure there's a bunch more information that I could be sitting here and talking about, but if you guys have more questions for me, leave them in the comments below. I will be vlogging my next trip, which is in a few months, because I'm going back on work and travel. I'll try to capture as much as I can for this up and coming work and travel experience. Year 2, let's go. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.